So now the course is being recorded, so those who are not here, they can probably refer it back to the recorded version, and we waited for a couple minutes for those guys. So, okay, as you know, my name is Puyan. I'm also teaching you the marketing course as well as the strategic management, and we have already been introduced to each other, and the only new person I see is Saifullah. Can I ask you to introduce yourself, please? Okay, I can't hear you. You can probably write down about your background. No problem. And I also see Ms. Ismail Saad. Would you like to give us a short introduction about yourself? Uh, okay, no problem. So, okay, very good. So, let's start the course. Some more students joined us. Miss Marzia joined us. Okay, so same concept for the marketing. We have a syllabus here. Here's my name and my email, and you can always feel free to contact me. And then the course duration and the book that I'm suggesting. This one is the major reference book for marketing for most of the schools and universities. Uh, Basically, this book, Marketing Management by Philip Kotler and Kevin Keller, has been the most taught marketing book in everywhere in the whole world. So this is a very famous book. This is a book that you could definitely learn a lot from. I would definitely suggest you grab this book. This is a very good book. It's been published so many times, and it's very helpful, and it gives you a lot of good exposures and examples to different marketing best practices. So I definitely suggest that you get this book. This is probably could be found in all different you know, websites, or if you want to try the ebook and buy the ebook version, or if you want to buy the way that one of your classmates suggested from Pakistan, you can buy it. So it's a good book. So definitely make sure that you get the book and study the book. And then we have the same concept for the course assessment. We have the group discussions. Those group discussions are like quizzes that I give you. So basically, what you would do is I will give you a case at the end of each class. You will discuss, answer those questions, and give the questions to me. And those are very important. And then your class participation, your participations, your questions, your very lively involvement in the class is very important. And then the final project, which is a group project and also individual project. So you would have all those as well. And then we will go to the objectives of the marketing course. So the aim of this course is to introduce you the role of marketing in an organization. As you know, marketing is very important in any organizations. Basically, we are living in a marketing era of of the whole business in the world. Now, marketing in a lot of countries is the most important thing in the company. So it's been studied a lot. It's very helpful, very useful, and it's definitely a must-have for any industry, any organization, any company. Definitely needs marketing now. So definitely we are living in an era that customers are looking for you know, marketing, and definitely you need to advertise to reach the customers and make them understand about you. And then we understand about tools and marketing in marketing, including elements of marketing analysis, how to do the market analysis, how like customers, competition, and also the marketing mix, which is a very, very important concept in the marketing. We will talk about it today. Then to assist in learning how to apply these concepts and to practice making decisions through in-class case analysis, and also understand about successful and unsuccessful marketing implications. Because what happens is marketing not necessarily always gives you a successful business, because if you practice it wrongly, it would be a wrong practice, and then definitely it's an unsuccessful marketing implication. So we will make sure that we cover both of them, successful and unsuccessful ones, and we'll make sure we follow the successful practices and best practices, not those that lead into bankruptcy or problems. And the course outline, the course concept is methods of analysis, strategies, and tactics critical to managing profitable customer relationship in today's dynamic and connected environment. Definitely marketing is about relationship. There's always this concept of relationship in marketing. Basically, marketing is your way to communicate with the customer. So it's all about relationship. So relationship with the customers is definitely important. We will cover it in the course. Marketing strategy and to the elements of marketing analysis, customer analysis, company analysis, and competitor analysis. Problem solving and decision making abilities by learning how to leverage strategies, a strategic marketing analysis to inform tactical marketing mix decisions, while providing you with a comprehensive framework to evaluate marketing decisions and to create successful marketing initiatives. So that also explains how we will make decisions in marketing also, and we use a strategic marketing analysis to use those marketing mix decisions, and also provide good products and services, and how to communicate it into the customer so that we make sure they get the best value. I see that Mr. Zubair can't hear clearly. Is anybody else having any problem? So I stop for now. I ask for any questions. Anybody has any questions regarding the course syllabus? For those who can't hear, leave the class and come back. It will help. Okay, very good. Thank you, Mr. Riasi. Okay, I see you raised your hands. Please go ahead.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, please. Go ahead.
Okay. Just I had a question regarding where you mentioned leverage strategic marketing analysis.
Okay.
If you don't mind, do you mind giving some elaborations on this? What do you mean by leverage?
Yes, sure, definitely. Basically, what I mean here is strategic marketing analysis is, as we learned in a strategy class, a strategy is always about analysis, making decisions, and how to address customers. So that term will always follow us wherever we go. So basically, a strategic market analysis is we have some direction to go. We have, in marketing, we have a direction to go. We are trying to advertise, promote ourselves or products or services that we provide. So it should be strategic. It should be the analysis that leads us into better customer reach, or better sort of awareness in the customers. We create awareness in the customers. So by that we mean that's why we call it the strategic marketing analysis, because there are lots of marketing analysis that are being practiced, which is not necessarily useful, as long as because I believe our course should be focused on practical ideas and theories and how we can apply in our businesses. So basically, we don't want to do so many market research that is unnecessary. Let's say you're providing your customers with a retirement plan, right? So if you do a research on retirement plan, you have your customers would be basically retired people. So if you go ahead and do a market research for retired people and ask them questions like in the long term, what they are going to expect, might help you, but we are looking for some strategic analysis. If you are looking for a short-term marketing, let's say, strategy, you won't just research all different age groups. You will focus on retired people. That's why we call it the strategic marketing analysis. We try to make it useful and do the analysis that is necessary, not necessarily we do and cover everything there, because it's very broad. It's a lot of things to be covered. We are focusing on those parts that are really applicable and you can use them. That's why I call it strategic. And then leveraging a strategic marketing analysis is how we apply it. So that's probably the definition and explanation. Okay, thank you. Any other questions so far? Okay, you can always raise your hand and then talk out your question or write it down in the chat part. Either way we do. So without further ado, I don't see any questions or any raised hands. So let's go the group of people. Not necessarily. Basically, what I mean is focusing on in that particular example, yes. But what I mean generally is how we strategize our marketing, because we can't just market from. Let's say you have a budget of, let's say, $1,000, and you have a product. You have a pen to. You just produce the pen like with a certain design, and you have $1,000 budget to market. You won't go and spend the whole $1,000 in one billboard in a certain road, right? You strategically market it in a way that you use that $1,000 according to your budget. So what you do is probably use 100 of it to advertise online. Use another 100 of it to create some reach. Well, maybe you create an event, another $200. You do stuff according to your budget. So you are strategically analyzing and marketing. You are not using because $1,000 is not a lot that you have for that pen. So you won't just spend it all on one tableau in a certain road, which is like not a busy road. I mean, if you're a rich company and you have lots of money, you probably do that. You see McDonald's sometimes they promote and advertise places that you wouldn't even imagine. But because they're big and they want to advertise and they can do it. But for starting, you don't do that. So what I mean by strategically analyzing is we make sure that we use it according to our resources. So, and then at the same time, we make sure that the course that we are going to study is something applicable to your careers. We don't want we don't want to bombard you with all those theories and ideas that are not necessarily useful to you right now. We want to equip you with what you need to make sure you can succeed in your career, in your organization, and wherever you are. Okay. No more questions so far? Okay, beautiful. Seems to be good. So let's go ahead and start the content of the PowerPoints. Okay. Here we have the Marketing Management 13th edition. That's the book that you are probably going to get, and we are going to cover in this semester. Okay. So chapter questions. What are the questions that we are going to cover? Why is marketing important? I want to answer you all these questions. I would appreciate some answers. Why is marketing important? Any idea? I need some answers, please.
Yes.
Hello.
Anybody wants to share his opinion why marketing is important?
Yes, this is Craig.
Okay, Yasi, please go ahead.
Okay. Okay, in my opinion.
Okay.
Why is marketing important? It is. I think it's today we are living in a world that is communication is a very important and very powerful tool to reach the strategic goals and objectives. And in fact, marketing kind of catches up on this point. And without marketing, and we cannot really survive in such a very, very competitive world that we are living today. So marketing will be promotion of the business that we are running, and it's also giving awareness. It's also giving why people should buy the product. It's also attracting customers and informing the customers of the quality and the quantity of the product. So all these elements really answer the question, why is marketing so important, in my opinion. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Very beautiful.
Thank you. I see Mr. Zubair, you had your hand. Would you like to talk about the importance of marketing also? Go ahead. Okay. Seems that your microphone is not working. Okay, I don't see any other raised hands. I see here Mr. Saibzadeh said to bring attention to people on a specific product and service, and to make them aware of the product. Okay, very good answer. That's very true. So basically, as I mentioned in the syllabus part, the reason marketing is important is basically marketing, in a sense, is all you do. Basically, marketing is your only way, if you will, to communicate with your customers. Basically, marketing is your way of sending the message to the customers, because let's say you have a production, you're producing certain product, whatever it is, you're producing certain services. All the hassles and troubles you go through to get to the point that you can produce the product will end up to the level that you have to send it to the customers. You have to you have to sell your products and services to the customers. So your marketing is the only way that you could send a message that I have this product, I have this service for you, and please come get it. So marketing is your way to send a message to the customer. That's why it's important, because without the customer, your product or service would not have any use. The only way you can make it useful is to sell it to the customer, and to be able to do that, you need to talk to the customer. You need to make sure the customer knows you're there. So that's why marketing is definitely very important. Mr. Hayes, would you like to share your thoughts on that?
Yes, sir. As most of important things is discussed by my respected classmate, Mr. Riyasi, so I will discuss some point more. Marketing is important for everyone in this place, because marketing is not important only in business. Marketing is important for everyone. Even in politics, even in business, everywhere. Because if you discuss it as a business side, without marketing, we cannot inform our customer about our products and services. Only the way to inform our customer about our product and services, that's marketing and public relation, effective marketing with the customers. And also, marketing is important, as I discussed it before, for everyone. To discuss some marketing about the political point. In election, also marketing is important, because we speech with people, and other people also talk about the candidates who are for a position. As I said, I think marketing is important everywhere, for every organization, for business organization, for non-business organization, even individual person.
Beautiful. For some reason, I can't hear you very clearly. I don't know. It's probably your your internet speed or something, but I was not hearing you. I was hearing you on and off. So okay, very good. Well, thank you. I almost got it. Very good. Definitely, it's very important. That's true. And then, what is the scope of marketing? So, where is marketing going to take us? What's the idea? What's the basically the reason for marketing? What's the point of marketing basically? We kind of covered that in answering the first question, that of course we need to reach the customers, and the scope or the perspective is to get to customers and get them buy. So basically getting to them and making them sure that you are here is one step, and then making them buy is the second step probably. And then the next question is, what are some of the fundamental marketing concepts? We are going to cover that. What are the concepts of marketing? What are the basic concepts of the marketing? Okay. Then the next one is, how has marketing management changed? That is also very important, because as I mentioned, now we are living in a marketing era. Because what it used to be was that you had a company, you had a product, you would just sell it, and people would buy it. They wouldn't care. They would say, okay, I need this pen, I need this laptop, I need this car, I need this kind of service, I need this communication service, I need a cell phone provider, I need a communication provider. I would just go and get it because I have no other options. Now we are living in the times that people can choose. They have so many options. So you can't just take it for granted. Okay, I have my pen, they have to buy it. They don't, because they have so many different options. So basically, now marketing has changed a lot, in the sense that customers are only, sometimes they are only looking at the way you are marketing. There are so many products, they are exactly the same. They are like almost 90% the same. It's only the way you market them that makes a product different from the other. That's where the branding and images and everything of the company comes into action. And I see a question from Ms. Saibzada asking, what's the difference between importance and the scope? Importance is the role it's playing, how important it is, but a scope is the perspective. It's where it's taking us. So basically that's the difference. Perspective or scope is like where we want to be with marketing, and then importance, of course, is what is the role of marketing. So that's kind of a difference. So I stop for a moment now. Is there any questions so far? Is everybody hearing me loud and clear? Because when you talk, I have problem with hearing you, some of you. Can you hear me all? Okay. So any questions so far? You can, okay, Mr. Wafa, please go ahead and ask your question. Where are you? Mr. Wafa. Okay, beautiful. Go ahead and ask your question. Your microphone is not activated yet, or if you have a question, you can also write it down. It's up to you. You can speak it out or write it down. No questions? Okay. Okay, Mr. Zabiullah, go ahead and ask the question. I can't hear you yet. Maybe you want to write it down for me? Okay. Is the connection problem? Became online a bit later. No problem. So, okay, seems that there is no questions. We'll move forward to the next slide then. Oh, okay. I heard somebody. Okay. Well, what are the tasks necessary for what was stated before this slide? Okay. Listen, Azari, As you know, probably all these courses that we conduct will be recorded, so you can always refer back to the recorded version and go through the slides. We went through the syllabus of the course, and then it's like now we are asking the questions that we need to answer probably in this chapter. And first we started why marketing is important, what's the scope of marketing, and now the last question is what are the tasks necessary for successful marketing management. So now we need to cover what are exactly necessary for us to you know, to be successful in marketing. Okay, I see some suggestions down here. Just a couple of slides and then a lot of questions. Otherwise, the lesson will be too slow. Okay, sure, Mr. DLC, no problem. Yeah, what do you mean by fundamental marketing concepts? Why is different from basic concepts? Focus activities. Okay, sure. So, and what are the tasks necessary for successful marketing? I appreciate your comment, Mr. DLC, but at the same time, I want us to have the conversation because that's where we learn. Because if I go too fast through the slides are always there. You can refer to them. If you don't manage to finish some of them, then it's okay. But we need to make sure we understand. So definitely we will go through there. Okay. So what makes our marketing management successful? That is also very important, how we make our marketing succeed in the industry, because marketing is not just advertising without any clue what's going to happen. When you are marketing, you've got to make sure that you know what your product, you know your customers, you're targeting the right ones, and you're making progress. You can't just spend money and then don't get anything from the market. So those are those questions that probably we cover. So basically, let me cover some questions here before I move forward. What do you mean by fundamental marketing concept? Why is different from basic? Okay, fundamental is basically what marketing is founded on. So what created marketing into what it is our fundamental marketing concept. So probably the basic concepts are more general, but fundamental are like the core of the market. And then Mr. Zabiola says, so I would like to explain what is the focus activities in the marketing center. And what is the focused activities in marketing? Okay, focused activities in the marketing. I would suppose that this is for the previous part that I was talking about. We are focusing on a certain market that to make sure that we are getting their product to their knowledge and they are going to buy our customers. So focused activities is you make sure that your product is going to be promoted to those customers that need those products. So you're not just advertising without the idea that who you're advertising to. That's why you probably focus. Then advanced techniques for advertising. I would like to have you info for me. Let's have your info for me. And okay, beautiful. So what is marketing? Marketing generally is an organizational function and a set of processes for creating, communicating, and delivering value to customers, and for managing customer relationships in ways that benefit the organization and its stakeholders. So what we get from here, I mean, we have certain key terms here. Organizational function. So it should be a functioning organization. Marketing is a functioning organization. Then a set of processes for creating, communicating, and delivering values to customers. So basically, what we are talking about is definitely marketing should be a functional part of the organization. It should be a set of processes for creating and communicating and delivering value to customers, and for managing customers' relationship. As I mentioned, marketing is all about relationship. Basically, relationship is all that matters in marketing, because by marketing, you're making a relationship with your customers. So if you don't have a relationship with your customer, what does it mean? It means you are not selling any products. Let's say you work in a bank. What are your products or services? You have loans, you have different investment products or services. But what is the relationship? The relationship is when the customer comes to you and buy those products or services, when they come and invest and get a loan from you. So the relationship is what brings you the benefit, what brings you the numbers that you need. So buying and selling in simple words, or to complete the process of 4 P's of marketing. Okay, very good idea from Mr. Sahibzadeh. Yeah, that's true in a sense, but as I said, marketing has changed a lot. So as we'll go through the course, we'll understand how marketing has changed from just buying and selling into the whole different new era. Now marketing is much more than that. By marketing, we just don't mean buying and selling anymore. As you can see here, we have all these factors. They are all important. I want you to make sure you understand these key concepts here. We have let me highlight them. Okay. Yeah, in yellow. So I'm not sure if I can highlight them correctly, but okay. It doesn't seem to highlight. No problem. So what I mean is organizational function, as I mentioned, creating, communicating, and delivering the value to the customers and managing their relationships. And it should benefit the organizations and its stakeholders. So as you can see, by marketing, it's a win-win situation. You are benefiting yourself, your company, and your customers. Because there was a time that it was like buying and selling only, and you would just sell your product, and all you would care was just benefit yourself. Now, if you have that concept or mindset, you will lose out, because customers care very much for companies who care for them. So it's very important to know what they benefit from and give them what they benefit from. I see a question from Mr. Nazari. Do all organizations need to have this function or necessarily have the function? For example, do development organizations do marketing? Definitely you do marketing, but the marketing strategies and the way you do it is much different. So development organizations, if I would just exemplify one, would probably be developing cities or urban cities. By marketing, let's say if it's a free market and there are many players in the market, you have to be able to have a functional organizational function part for marketing, so that you can reach the customers and make sure that they understand that you provide that services, and then you would be able to get the projects. Otherwise, how would they know that you are there? And if it's a government, also think yes, all including development 1 and 2. Yes, and if it's a government development organization, in a sense, governments nowadays are competing against each other, because people of the countries now are connected to each other, and they're looking towards their neighbors and other countries. And in a sense, if the government of a country cannot provide the good tools, sometimes they outsource and they bring the service providers from some other companies that they might not necessarily be in that company. So in that country. So in that sense, there's still marketing needed. So marketing we are living in an era that it's definitely a must-have. Okay, any questions so far? Anybody wants to talk and share his ideas? Because this is very important to understand what we mean by marketing. Anybody is not clear on that? Anybody has any questions or thoughts? Okay. We seemed okay. I see Ms. Abiola. Would you like to talk or so about marketing and misery? So far, the features and customers and marketing. That's right. That's very true. Basically, that's very true. Nowadays, as I mentioned, we are living in marketing era, and all you do, whatever you do, you have a marketing side to it. So whatever company you name, you could definitely find some marketing aspects to it. Doesn't need marketing. Okay. Yeah, for Mr. Zubair's question, all organizations need marketing, but it's just different. And then which of the organizations doesn't need marketing? Yeah, we all need marketing, all the. Okay, so I don't see any questions regarding the concept of marketing. The voice is not working this time, so nobody can talk. Why is that? Nobody can talk. I see some people. Mr. Vyasi, you can talk, right? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. So
Hello?
you can talk, right? Yeah, some of you can talk, but some of you can't. I don't know why. What's going on?
If you could kindly suggest for those who cannot talk to leave the class and come back, because I've experienced that in the past.
That's right. Let me mute you all, and then. Okay, so now let's see. Mr. Zubair, you can talk, right? Can you talk?
Yes, I can talk.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. So I think most of you would be able to talk now. Okay, Mrs. Abiola, would you like to say something? I see your hand raised. No, I can't hear you. Probably your voice is not working. Okay, no problem. You can follow Mr. Riasi's suggestion. You can leave and then come back. Probably that will resolve the issue. So let's go to the next slide. Okay, what is marketing management? By marketing management, we mean the art and science of choosing target markets and keeping and growing customers through creating, delivering, and communicating superior customer value. Then again, we have major key terms here. It's an art and science, and then we need to choose your target markets. There was a time that you would. Okay.
Oh, thanks.
Beautiful. Mr. Biasi, do you have anything to share with us?
Hello?
Okay. Thank you. So, so basically, it's an art and science. It's not just printing some flyers and some advertisement and then you call it marketing. It's basically science. You need to study. You need to do research. And then out of that, you'd be able to choose your target markets. You'd be able to understand what markets are good for you, what markets are bad for you, and then out of all these, you will be able to grow customers, and then you create and deliver and communicate customer value. So basically nowadays, it's not necessarily the product or service, because we are at an era that everybody is producing the product or the service. So basically, it's not necessarily the classical, traditional product that we used to provide. Now we are looking at values, you know, because the customer is always asking you, what value do I get if I buy my product from you? Because everybody else is giving it to me. So what do you have that I don't have? It's back to strategy, you know. Basically, what we mean is, I see some comments. The voice is not working. Can you all hear me clearly? Okay, very good. Most of you can. It's only I saw one, which is not. Mr. Javid, maybe you can follow Mr. Qiyasi's idea. Just quit and come back. It might be better then, because most of the students are hearing me clearly. So probably if you could just leave and then come back, it might be better. Okay, no problem. So okay, so most of you have me clearly. That's great. So yes, what I mean is now is the value. It's not just the marketing or the product or the you know, the buying selling thing is not working anymore. You have to make sure that the customer is getting the value. Let's give you some examples, like practical examples. Let's say companies that went out of business last year or within the last few years. What they were not doing that the other customers were doing? A good example would be this time even we can't hear. Oh, instantly. Oh, I see. It's probably the speed of your internet that it delays you know. So, but the recording is there, and I don't know, maybe, yeah, each of you that don't have that problem, you can leave and come back. So yes, so the good example is that Compaq. You all know the company Compaq, which provides, used to provide computers. Nowadays we have HP, and basically HP acquired Compaq. What happened is, when you are not doing so well, you probably get acquired by some other company. But definitely, like particularly for HP and Compaq, the case was that HP and Compaq, they were exact competitors towards each other, and they were competing against price and less price for same quality. But what happened is HP succeeded in that competition only by using marketing strategies, because Compaq was not able to compete regarding marketing side. So they lost out to HP, and they finally got acquired by HP because they were very similar, and they were very similar regarding their products and services and everything. The only part that helped HP win the competition was marketing, because they knew who to target, how to target the customer, how to keep and grow their customers, and then deliver the value. So the customers would believe them that they are getting some value out of that. And I'm pretty positive that you can all find examples in your organization and career how in a certain time you use a certain marketing strategy to make a product launch or a service launch and be successful. So now I'd like to open for some questions. Anybody has any questions so far?
I got a question.
Sure, please go ahead.
I think I'm just trying to figure out the relationship of marketing and the successful or unsuccessful marketing relationship with the investment. I mean, the capital.
Mm-hmm.
Does it mean that the bigger the capital or the money that you're investing, the better marketing we will have, or it's also that marketing just goes that even a small investment and a small capital can do better marketing? How does it work?
Okay, very good question, Mr. Diaz. So what happens is marketing, of course, we have budgets and everything is according to the budget. But the thing is, you got to understand the marketing techniques also apply to your budget. Means if you have a certain limited budget, you are competing against with those certain limited budget that you have. So as I mentioned, like back to the example of Compaq and HP, they were quite similar regarding their capital. What happened is they used smarter moves and strategic marketing techniques to be able to beat them down. In the sense that they used better target markets. They understood that a certain age group is better for them. They understood that certain type of market is not necessarily their type of market. They decided to end up in the mid-class products, not necessarily high-end products, and that's what helped them a lot. Because instead of focusing on the high-end, whereas like Apple, like Macintosh is, or Sony is, they decided to target the mid-market, and that's why they could win the competition. So not necessarily you need a lot of money to do a good marketing. You could have not much money. A good example is Google. You know, Google started from the basement. Like there were a bunch of students. They wanted to do something different. They started working on their online search engine, and they created something which beat Microsoft to a great extent. Now they have a huge capital, but there was a time they didn't have that much capital, and they use a strategic marketing. That's what we are going to talk about. That we don't necessarily need a lot of capital. You always need to compete against those who are against you in the level or in the step that everybody is on, like your step. You're not competing when you are just a beginner in your industry. You're not competing against the best. You are starting from small and then you grow. Did I answer your question?
Yes, of course. Basically, the answer is yes and no, depending on the situation.
Exactly. That's very true. That's very true. Okay. So I saw Miss Aziza was also trying to say something. Okay. Would you like to say something? Hello. Okay, maybe not. Okay, let me see some of the questions down here. What is the difference between marketing management and marketing? Okay, marketing management is how you manage your marketing. Marketing, first you need to have a marketing to manage it later. So the major thing is, hello. Okay, so you make sure that you have your marketing in action first, and then you manage it. So your marketing management is how you manage the marketing which is already implemented in your organization. And what is the target markets? Target markets is those markets that you target. Let's say you have a soda drink, okay, like something like Pepsi or Coca-Cola. So your target market is, let's say, a certain age group. Let's say 12 years old to, let's say, to 20-year-olds. So those people would be your target market. Those that you want to target them and market your product to them, they will be your target market. And then target market is a place where a producer or consumer can satisfy their wants. Yes, that's true. That's very true. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. Okay, so for an exchange to to occur, what are the necessities for an exchange to occur? Basically, by an exchange, I would appreciate if you would mute your phones if you don't have anything to mention, or let me know what is the difference between market management and marketing skill. Yeah, marketing management is when you manage your marketing as a whole, but marketing skill is like it goes into individuals, or how like certain skills that you have help you with your marketing or your marketing management. Many people have good knowledge of marketing, but they have not good communication skills. That's true. So marketing skill is for individuals, like what skills do you have for marketing, and then knowledge of marketing and knowing about marketing is much different from managing your marketing and implementing it. That's true. Okay. There are at least two parties in every exchange. So that's very true, and you can track it back all the way down to the start of businesses. Like back in the day, when people would use gold or silver to buy stuff, or even services to each other. Basically, they would use you know, two parties at least in marketing. One party is the one that sells the product. One party is the part that buys the product. So you always have an exchange going on. Nowadays, you have a huge corporation or company providing the product or service, and on the other side, you have masses of consumers buying the product. So that is also two sides of the exchange. So each party has something that might be of value to the other party. So now, back again to the value part. It's not the product or service that people are buying now. It's the value. So it's something that they need and it's valuable to them and they want to buy it from you, or it's something that is valuable and you are offering. So that's when the exchange happens and how you make the exchange possible. So each party is capable of communication and delivery. So definitely communication is there. So you have the marketing part, which is communication, and you need to deliver that product. So if you're the producer, you deliver the product. If you're the buyer or the consumer, you deliver the money or the means to get that. And each party is free to reject an exchange offer. So it's not that people are forced to buy your stuff. So that's very important in this marketing era, because there was a time that you would be the only producer. Now there are so many different options. If you want to buy, let's say, I just wanted to buy a rice cooker for myself a couple of weeks ago. I just went online, and there were at least 100 different brands with different prices, from like $10 to $20 to $5 to so many different prices, and they had all their values. So, and I could reject any of them, and I ended up rejecting most of them, and I ended up getting one. So you have so many different options nowadays, and you get to choose only one. So you are not forced to buy. So that's the concept that the service providers need to understand, that the buyers have so many options. Each party believes it is appropriate or desirable to deal with the other party. So, and it's also it's back to the same concept. You can always deal with somebody else. If the customer or a consumer is not happy with you, they will definitely switch over to somebody else, and it's very easy nowadays. So I stop again. I have a question here. Is today's business also dependent to the classic logic of supply and demand, or is it different today? Even though there is no demand, we have supplies. For example, different types of same product. Okay. Basically, demand and supply is definitely a major concept in marketing. We will cover that in full later. But just to briefly explain, yes, we definitely rely and depend on supply and demand. One of the marketing strategies is reduce the supply, increase the demand, and some of the consumers' strategy would be they would hold back, they don't buy. you have to increase the demand. So it's always the case, because demand and supply is basically one way of saying the exchange, one way of saying two parties communicating with each other. So when I demand something as a consumer, I'm communicating it to you, and when you're producing it, you're supplying it, and you have to communicate it to me. And marketing is involved in both cases. So definitely, it's still in action. It's only different strategies that we use to make sure that they meet each other. And then communication skill have not affect the marketing manager. Yes, definitely. When you want to manage your marketing, you make sure you get the people with the right skills and the good communication skills to get the product through. So definitely that's true. So I would like some thoughts. Anybody wants to talk and share his ideas? Can you hear me now, everybody? Okay. Very good. So I'm not sure if you were following me. Yes. What I was saying is, where was it? Yeah, the demand and supply. So basically, when the demand goes down, you try to market and advertise and get them back to you, and probably reduce your supply. And when the demand increases, you use different marketing strategies to probably raise the prices and benefit from the change in the demand and supply. Okay. Okay. So let's go to the next slide. Then we have the concept of what is marketed. What is marketed now is goods, services, events, experiences, persons, places, properties, organizations, information, ideas, and basically anything you can think of on the world. They are being marketed now. It's like goods, products, services, events. You could be an event organizer, and experiences. You could market your experience as a consultant. You could market your experience as a coach. You could market your experience as an advisor. Yeah, that's right. Sorry, yes. And then places, persons. You see celebrities and all those movie stars. Basically, they are marketing themselves. Places, you're marketing your house. You're renting it out, you're selling it out, your properties, your organization, and your information. Nowadays, information is the information age, so you can always market your information, sell your information, buy information, and ideas, like all the innovation ideas, all these big companies that come into action, they come from ideas, and some companies pay a lot of money for great ideas. So, knowledge. Yes, knowledge goes with the information part. So basically, information and knowledge they go hand in hand. Basically, information is general, and then knowledge is the is being able to control the information, and it's basically directed information is called knowledge. When I have so many information, I can give you what you need out of that information is called knowledge. So that is also, it'll come under the bigger, broader term of information. What is the difference between skill and knowledge? Okay, skill is basically what you do when you want to practice some knowledge that you have. Knowledge is the first step, means knowing about it and understanding it and having the general idea. But the skill is when you are able to use your knowledge. So that's the answer to that question. I would like to have some thoughts from you. Any of you have any questions? Would you like to speak out? And because I don't like to be the only speaker in the class. It really helps to understand if you're following me, and if you could share your questions and thoughts. Anybody wants to say something? Oh, you can't? Let's see, Mr. Oh, let's see. Unmute. Okay. Okay. Okay, I think now is better, right? Would you like to what is this? Okay. I think some of you, I tried to unmute you and then I heard some music from you. Okay, no problem. So we will go ahead. So if you have any comments or questions, you can raise your hand. I can unmute you. You can say that organization was kind of nothing. Okay. Basically, organization is also kind of marketing. Basically, organizations, what we mean here is organizations are marketed. Organizations, like, as I mentioned, when some organization is bought over by some other company, it's marketed. When an organization is sold over to some other company, it's also marketed. So that's what we mean by marketing. And then, getting back to your question, which was about demand, we have different states for demands. Means it could be negative demand, means customers are rejecting you. Non-existent demand means it doesn't exist, the demand doesn't exist. And then latent demand, which is laid back, they are trying to get to you, but they are not as much as you want them to be. Or declining demand. And then irregular demand, which is like different from regular demand. Unwholesome demand, which is basically undirected demand, and it's basically scattered demand. Full demand, which is you have the demand as much as you need, or overfull demand means you have much more demand than your supply. And you're not a kind of marketing, rather say marketing is a function. Yes, but in that previous slide, you were saying that they are marketed. Organizations are also marketed to the customers. Means you can sell an organization to a customer, and there will be somebody who buys it. But organizations in general would have their own marketing, and they would function differently. Okay, so please supply us with your explanation. Functional work. Yeah, function. I'm not sure if this question is addressed to me or. Okay. So now let's do an exercise. I want you to participate. I want each and every one of you, this is like one of those activities that we do in the class, and that will be part of the assessment. So what we need to do now is I want you to get back to the questions at the beginning, the chapter questions. And I want you to answer the first very important, what is the scope of marketing? Okay, I want you to answer the first 3 questions. Every one of you, please. I want you to answer all these 3 questions. Okay. I see a question here from Mr. Nazari before I go to the demand states. Yeah, the demand states is when the demand is in different states. So they could be negative, means the customers they are saying no to you, so that you don't have the demand. They could be positive. They could be saying yes to you. They could be full or over full. They could be unwholesome, means they are like undirected towards you. They are like undecisive. So all different types of demand that you know exist. So basically, it's a general idea of how the demand and your supply play together. Yeah, sure. So now the activity is we have another 10 minutes for our class now. So 10 to 15 minutes. So I want each of you to take like a couple minutes and like a few minutes and write your answers to these questions. And please first send it to me at the chat box to me, and also then you will get to explain it, like few of you that would like to share it. So please, you could write it down in a piece of paper first, or whichever way you're comfortable. I want to make sure that you would answer them according to your practice. Yeah, you can send it to me, please. Don't send it to all. Send it to me. Just choose my name and then send it to me. And then make sure you answer them according to your business practice. What I need is not a general answer. I need the answer according to your company. Let's say if you're working in a communication company, if you're working in a, let's say, financial company, I want you to apply it to your own company, and I want a specific answer. So why is marketing important to you in your own company? So like a couple sentences would work. And then what is the scope of marketing for you? And then the third is what are some of the fundamental marketing concepts that we did go through. So I give you a couple minutes. Please think about it and get back to me. Anybody have any questions so far regarding the task? Okay. Seems to be pretty much clear. The answer. Yes, Mr. Nazari, it should be regarding your own organization. By scope of marketing, we mean the goal of marketing. What do we mean by marketing? What are we going to do with it? Okay. So now I will invite you, any one of you who wants to share his answer or her answer. Anybody wants to talk and share his answer? Could you please raise your hand and okay. Mr. Kiyasi, please go ahead.
Yes, can you hear me, please?
Yes, sure. Please go ahead.
Okay, in reply to the first question, why is marketing important? I believe that from what we have experienced and also from what we just heard during the class, it seems that marketing is not just only important, it is a key, it is crucial. For example, myself, I'm working in one of the United Nations agencies in Afghanistan, which has mainly a political mandate.
Okay.
Its main purpose at the beginning when it started the mission in Afghanistan was to support the interim government of Afghanistan to stand on its own feet and also to legitimize the existence of the international community inside Afghanistan. Okay, it has been 10 years that this agency has been serving in the country. And now there are questions whether this agency should continue the work as it started, because now we have a legitimate government, elected democratic government, and the question is whether this should continue working or not. In fact, this is a marketing question to our organization, and our organization, the top management, is currently reviewing the whole strategy to see our added value of existence in Afghanistan. So this is a marketing challenge for our agency, in fact, I think, because if we prove that we have an added value and that we satisfy our customers, who is the government, and also ultimately the people of Afghanistan, we can still continue to exist. Otherwise, if we fail to do that, of course, our existence will be under question. So that is an example, practical example of the agency I'm working for. And also the scope of marketing. Shall I continue with second?
Very good, beautiful, exactly. You did apply that very beautifully to the UN organization. That's very true. I invite anybody else who wants to share his answer. Mr. Riyasi?
Yes, in reply to the second question, the scope of marketing,
Okay.
or why should we market, or what's the point of marketing? I think if you put it in briefly,
Mm-hmm.
marketing is the establishment of relationship between the seller or the provider and the customer.
Mm.
And the company or an organization or a business survives only and only depending on its customers. So that's why this kind of relationship is also essential. Without this kind of relationship, which in fact a two-way communication, uh, the the company or the seller or the provider cannot survive. So the basic scope of marketing is to satisfy the needs of the customers or the demands of the customers. In my opinion.
Beautiful. Very good. Fantastic. So, would you like to answer the last question also?
Sure. The fundamental marketing concepts, I think some of the very, very basic things required for the marketing is composed of the following. It's doing, for example, researches and surveys, uh, for example, from the open market from time to time. It's also having dynamic establishing of a dynamic communication between the company and the customers. It's also the quality uh, that is being produced, and also the other things that we learned during the lesson was stuff like the I'm just trying to remember now. Uh, Maybe I need some help here.
Yeah, sure. Like the demand and supply in the marketing and how it
Right.
works and how we communicate and create value for the customers, right?
Yes, yes,
And how we
absolutely.
manage the marketing. Very
Yeah.
good. Thank you very much, Mr. Diasi. Let me get to Mr. Nazari. Could you please share your answer with us too, Mr. Nazari?
Sure. I just wanted to talk about the importance of marketing for for our own organization, for
Okay.
the EACOM International Development, which is implementing the Afghanistan Social Outreach Program. Um, for us, it's really important to work closely with United States Army and also with USA people to make sure they do um, observe and they do see what we're doing, and to make sure that our activities are visible to them. And also, marketing is important for our program because we need to have the satisfaction of the provincial governors, district governors, and also the PRTs and USAID officials in the provinces with us. We need to have their satisfaction. We need to keep them with us. If they do not um, show their satisfaction with what we're doing, then USAID will discontinue funding our project. So that's why marketing is really important for our program. And regarding the second question, the scope of marketing, USAID has got new directors in Afghanistan, so we currently are uh, doing our best, uh, producing as much input as much as possible in our efforts to make sure that whatever we are doing is visible to uh, our clients, which is USAID, and so that we could be granted another extension for our program.
Good. Very good. Thank you. And would you like to do the last one also?
Unfortunately, because my friend Mr. Riasi, he did mention some of the things which I was going to mention, like supply and demand, market research, and some other stuff.
Very good. But you can tell us how it will apply to your organization.
Well, I have got nothing to say about that for the moment.
Oh, no problem. No problem. Thanks for sharing your answers. So what I would like to ask you all, thank you so much for your class participation. What I need is everybody, please email me your answers. I have them here, but this will be your first task for the marketing class. So please write them down in a Word file, the questions, question number 1, 2, and 3, and your answers. And please email me your answers. To make sure that you have my email, you have the syllabus here, but I will also send you a general email that shows it's like I send it to everybody. And please make sure to send it to me by tomorrow, your answers. So just answer those 3 questions. Don't need to be very elaborate, just how you apply to your organization and what we learned from importance of marketing, scope of marketing, and fundamental marketing concepts. So is there any questions so far? Okay, Mr. Nazari, you have a question?
No.
No? Beautiful. Okay, so very good. Thanks for your answers. Thanks for your class participation. So I don't have, okay, I write my email to everyone here. And everyone, okay. Okay, here's my email, and you would also see my email at the slide, the syllabus for the course. So, and I also email you a general email so that you have my email. You can reply me back with your task. Don't forget to write the question, or just put number 1 and then answer number 2 and number 3. So if there is no other question, I see that people are asking about the PowerPoint slides. The PowerPoint slides would be in your learning center. You can contact Mr. Khosravi, and they will tell you how to access the slides. They are all there for you, and as I mentioned, you can always go 1 session ahead and read them first, and then we will finish that. So I would like to finish this session. If there's any other question, anybody has any question for me now? And regarding your task? Okay, we are all clear. Beautiful. Just answer of these questions. Yes, just answer, but make sure you number them so that I know the answers are for which questions. I put my email there for you, the fundamental marketing concept. Okay. Thank you so much for your class participation, and I hope that next session we will have more participation in the class. We will have more cases and more examples. I need some examples from you when we talk about different concepts, and I really appreciate your participation, and it was a great class. So I look forward to see you online next Sunday. You have a beautiful night, and don't forget to email me your task by tomorrow. And for that, I would like to finish the session and say goodbye to you all for now.
درس
So television is